Alright, 9:30 about to come. About 30 seconds. I'm not trading today. I made a promise to myself I'm not gonna trade my funded accounts till 2025, which is next year. So I only have 3 funded accounts. I don't have any challenges or anything. I might buy a challenge, but I'm just not trading today. I had a great week. Let's go to my week. I mean, I didn't trade a lot. I traded the first Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday I had a huge day. So yeah, I'm just not. I traded the 19th on my other funded account right here and broke even. But other than that, I'm not trading Friday. There's no point. I had a good week so far and just not looking to trade. I'm going to back test in a little. I'm just going to see how 9:30 plays out. We're in Andre's VIP right now. Nothing crazy happening because 9:30 just hit, but I think Dre's looking for US 30 shorts. A lot of people in the VIP aren't trading today. A lot of people had good weeks. It's nice to see. I'm going to start back testing actually. We have some zones drawn up for today, but so when I like to back test, I like to draw lines for the week. So this is Monday, this right here. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and today's Friday, so pretty self-explanatory. I stay in the 1 minute because it's hard to switch time frames when you're back testing, but I actually think I missed this setup live, but so this is what I was looking at. You have a fib pull from here to here, comes up to the 50%, and on this down move, we had a gap here. That was respected. It was respected right here, and right here. Once we tapped in here, dropped. Come back up, tapped in here, dropped. Come back here, tapped in, dropped. No like crazy drops, but it still dropped. So we know that this is a true gap. And then 9:30 hit right here, absolutely blowing through. I was looking at this trade and I missed it, but I would have wanted to enter here with a 12.5. 12.5 stop loss, point stop loss there, and then target a 1 to 3. So if I held this, it would have played out, but I like to break even after a 1 to 1, which is about like right here. So I would move stop loss to break even, and we would have got stopped at a break even. But if we did end up holding the stop loss where it was, then we would have hit TP. Rest of the day, nothing really crazy. I mean, I don't really see any other potential setups. And I trade up until 11, so right here is 11, no other setups. So then what I do is take away this line, go on to Tuesday, zoom in. Takes a minute, but whatever. It is what it is. Come around to 9:30 because that's when I trade. So before 9:30, around 9, we have this right here. Came in. We have a gap here. Right here. Tapped in here, shot up, came back down, tapped in here, shot up, started to come down, and we did end up breaking it before 9:30, which kind of sucks because I don't trade before 9:30, but let's say we were to take this before 9:30. We'd have it there, stop loss there, 12.5 points. And then TP would be about a 1 to 3 right there. and would have smacked again. So 2 great setups back-to-back days. Nothing crazy. We could talk about this one. So we don't have time. We have 50% fib. So we have a gap that got tapped in a couple times, and then inverse gap would have entered right here, bounce off the 8 EMA too. That's what I'm going to start looking at now as well. So as you can see, we bounce up here and hit 8 EMA gap, or 8 EMA line. So it's bouncing off that. See, that's 1, 2, 3 confirmations. So it's not crazy, and we didn't have the time, which is a big factor in my trading. So that wouldn't have been a trade I would have taken, but just an idea. 9:30 came, nothing really crazy. This could have been a potential trade. Set up with a fib here. We do have this gap here, did get tapped into. But after 9:30, I like to look at gaps on the pullback to the 50% fib. So we would have had this right here that broke above, came back in, shot up a little, came into this gap actually, which is kind of better confirmation. Came down, broke, so this would have been my entry right here. I don't know if I caught this trade. I don't think I did. I think I took it off of this gap right here, which ended up stopping me out at break even, but this would have been the more ideal trade. So entering like off the break of this gap right here with a 12.5 point stop loss, just about, and then targeting a 1 to 3, which is right there. And that would have hit, but then again, like most of the times I am breaking even after a 1 to 1. And we actually wouldn't have hit break even here, but I do sometimes like to trail my stop loss. But that would have been a good trade entry there. We would have had, let's go over this one. So we have time confirmation, 50% fib. We have a gap that inversed, and then, well, inverted, whatever, same thing. And then again the bounce off the 8 EMA. So that one had 1, 2, 3, 4 confirmations there. So it was a little better, and the main one is really the time. I like to trade from 9:30 to 11, so that's a big factor in my trading, which respected that. So if we took that trade, I would have been done for the day. My rules is I could take 3 trades, but if I lose one, I'm done. If I win one, I'm done. But like, let's say we hit 2 break evens, I'm still taking a 3rd trade if one presents itself. But if I take 1 out, I'm done, and if I take 1 dub, I'm done. Like, there's no, but the dub's got to be a 1 to 3 at least. It can't be, or a 1 to 2 would be up in the air, but 1 to 1 doesn't count as a dub for me. Or it's a dub, but like, I would still look to take another trade if it presents itself. But that's just my rules right there. Get rid of this line. So now we're on to Wednesday. This is just a zone I had from like the 4 hour or whatever. I just like to draw those really. So Wednesday, we had a huge drop before 9:30. Nothing really crazy. If we're looking before 9:30, we have this move right here that I like. It's looking pretty good. Comes back to the 50%. A gap here. Nothing like crazy. But again, these gaps, they work. We come in, tap into the gap, drop. Come in, tap into the gap, drop. It's just it's all market structure. So we had that gap there, nothing, it just kept dropping, 9:30, even bigger drop. I think I did, yeah, this is a trade I really missed. This would have smacked TP right away. I had, is it this? No, I had it right here. So we have the 50% fib in the gap on the move up. So again, come down, tap into the gap, shoot up, come down, tap into the gap, consolidate in it. It shot up at 9:30, and then I was scared that I thought it was gonna keep going long, so then I missed it. But this would have been my ideal entry right here. So if we took this trade, would have entered right here, the 12.5 point stop loss, and then targeting a 1 to 3, right around there. Would have smacked TP again. And this was just a trade idea, so we could do a text again and show. So we have the time because it's 9:30. So we got time confirmation, 50% fib again. That's like a must in my strategy. Plus a gap that's inverted or inverse gap in inversed. That's a must. I don't know why it's correcting to inverted, but it's pretty much the same. And then we got to see a break of the gap, and then the 8 EMA. I'm not going to count that as an 8 EMA because we were above it. This would have been a bounce off the 8 EMA right there. Would have been a better look at it, but so we had 1, 2, 3 confirmations here. But again, like I said, the main confirmation is the time because that's the time I like to trade, and that's when I get the most setups. Rest of the day, nothing crazy. No really other setups I see. Up until 11, get rid of this line. So we go to Thursday. Okay, well, actually, I forgot about this. Wednesday was FOMC, and look at this drop. Holy cow. This move right here, almost 1,000 points, damn near. Crazy. That's just what big things like Powell and FOMC can do to the charts, but I'm not gonna lie, I missed the recordings, but I did show this yesterday, but I did take 2 trades here. One off the inverse gap there for around 900, and then one around here for around $800. So about $1,700 in one day. And that was Wednesday, and that's when you could see right here, Wednesday, $1,700. That was a big day, and I actually traded in the PM. Let's go all the way back, sorry. Well, so we did trade in the PM, and these confirmations really weren't the best. I probably shouldn't have took these trades. I got lucky. That's why trading can be considered gambling, is because this is basically gambling. This isn't your setup. This isn't your trade plan. This is nothing that goes with you. It just ends up playing in the end, and I honestly got lucky, but those are my setups there. So we're going to Thursday. I traded on my new funded account on Thursday. Quick side note, Dre and Kino are in shorts right now for US 30. Kino's up a little bit, and so is Dre. But so back to the back testing, a little tongue twister. But so we go to Thursday. I drew the zone for Friday. We could actually just we'll just keep it for now. I mean, it's gonna be kind of annoying, but whatever. So, okay, yeah, I'm actually getting rid of it because I'll just draw it back for Friday. Okay, so before 9:30. Keynote hit TP1. Nothing really before 9:30. Couple moves here. No really gaps. Nothing there. So 9:30 hits. A little consolidation. So I was like, oh, I'm probably not trading today. And then this happened. I went crazy yesterday on my other funded account. I got lucky to come out break even there. So this would have been the perfect setup that I didn't trade because I thought I wasn't trading today, or yesterday, but I did. I the wrong time, so was this a setup? I think it was. Can't remember. But honestly, looking back at this wouldn't have been really a good setup. Trying to think. So I mean, we do have the 50% fib. It does go pretty high, pretty above it. And we do kind of have this gap here, that inversed. There was a lot of volume this day, so this actually would have played out right here. This could have been a potential trade entry. I mean, it would have hit in literally a minute right there. But honestly, looking at Thursday now, I don't see like no crazy setups. Maybe later in the day. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, I'm not really seeing anything crazy. Like looking back, I really shouldn't have traded today, or yesterday, cause there's really nothing. I mean, this one was decent off this gap right here, inverse gap. It had the inverse gap. 50% fib really wasn't a confirmation because we blew past it. And we didn't even have the ADMA either. All we had was the time and the inverse gap, so that's not even a good trade. But going into Friday, get rid of this line from Thursday. Going into Friday, I haven't even looked at Friday yet. I drew up a couple zones, kind of like what Kino did. I looked at a little, took a little something from him. So these purple zones are 1 hour, and then this one's 15-minute. But the 1 hour kind of lines with some of the 15-minute zones. This actually would have been a nice trade, although it's not my setup. It's honestly what Kino takes. So, like, let's say I took a trade like Kino, it came up to here. Once we have this, came back to tap into this. This is where he would have entered. And my stop loss would have been here. But I mean, geez, this is playing out real nice. Like a 1-7 right there, but this is not something I would take. That's not my setup. Looking at it from my standpoint in setups, I'm not seeing anything right now. I mean, we consolidated a lot before 9:30. 9:30 shot up a little, came back down. I'm not even seeing any. I mean, I was liking Nash shorts for today anyways. If we could see a pullback to this 50% and create a gap, that would be my ideal setup. But as of right now, that's my backtesting for the day. That's gonna wrap up my backtesting session. I'm not even gonna finish Friday. I'm gonna get off the charts and get my day started. Edit this video, and you'll have a good rest of your day.